Hope I can be. May the Lord watch over you.
Have you been to Ujit to visit your parents' grave?
Aye. This year it's 12 summers gone since they died.
Time flies, eh? My Agnes has been gone now for 4.5 years. Still, it seems like only yesterday she went to the good Lord.
Aye. You're right there. Life is short.
God be with you, Henry.
Welcome back.
Well, the bailiff read Sir Divish's decree.
Then allow me to congratulate you.
First, I'll
As it happens, I already saw to a few things in your absence. You might have noticed that the first people have come from Ratai.
Yeah, I saw some heading here right away.
So when they arrived, I was able to start clearing building plots with them. After they'd erected some temporary dwellings, that is.
So we're ready to get things...
As long as you know what you want to build, I can show these new people what to do. We'll be building on the sites we've measured out. You can go and look them over.
I'll do that.
Nevertheless, I doubt you'll be able to figure that out just from looking at the sites.
How do I choose what...
I've already given it some thought on your behalf. Everything will be recorded there. I'll make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help.
It will always be kept at the Rat House.
What about the workers' wage?
The money must be put in the trunk here. The expenditures for wages and materials will be taken from it. So you should keep it topped up to prevent... It reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be resolved.
Yes.
Sir Divish guaranteed me a fixed income. What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
I see. But how much are you thinking?
I have a record of payment here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
I can't afford that much, but I do need your help.
That's a fair offer. It seems we understand each other.
Good. I'll put your wages in the trunk, too. Are you sure it's quite safe?
Quite. Only you and I shall have a key and access... That's about all to begin. If you need any more details...
Could you explain some? What are my duties?
As bailiff, you must see to it that you'll have to resolve disputes between citizens. The coin for it will come from your... Basically, you'll have to keep the whole locale, but you can't just do whatever you like. You're still answerable to Sir Divish, as am I.
Which means...
Which means that if the folk here are unhappy, word will soon get to Sir Divish. So you'd better see to it that there's no thieving, and folk have...
Of course. How do I build how...
First, find out how much it'll cost, and whether the everything is written in the ledger. You can check it all there, or just...
Sure. How do the accounts...
The most important thing is to know how much profit your buildings generate, and what that's written on the very first page of the ledger, which will be kept. Whenever we erect a new building, I record it there, and you'll find all the profit generated by the village in...
And what if we spend more than we earn?
Then you'll have to put the amount necessary for covering the operation.
I see. Probably best to have a little extra there. How do operating...
Those are the workers' wages, costs of material.
And what if I don't have enough coin?
Then production will grow. Watch out for that. Folks soon get the amount needed each day is recorded in... So you should keep enough in the trunk.
And how do I pay the...
Don't concern yourself about that. I'll take...
So I could put enough money there for, say...
Indeed.
All right. How can I get new people to come?
Don't worry about that. Folk will gradually turn... Each building can house a certain number of people. And the more space you have for them, the more country folk will come in.
What about tradesmen?
I can find you fairly competent ones. But if you can get really skilled... Although it's not all that easy to get skilled...
I see.
You could try asking the 2 Sasau armourers for a start. They're always at each other's throats. But don't forget to get a forge and armory workshop set up for him.
Right. I'll go. I must give some thought to who else. How can I improve
The process is exactly the same as for building from the ground up. We need to have enough coin, materials, and of course, it goes without saying that there's no point in better blacksmith's equipment.
Well, I can't argue with, but why bother with improvement?
Because they make it possible to produce better goods that can be sold at a higher price.
Nothing. So?
Let's see. You're still far from having the income you need to make the village... Well, the village isn't ready yet for the expansion Sir Divish is planning. The church is still in ruins. We're on the right track.
All right. I want to build...
Certainly.
I'd like to build the...
It's impossible.
I'd rather not. Could you explain... Nothing, actually. I want to build...
Certainly.
We'll need woodcutters to...
It's impossible.
I'd rather not build. I want to build some.
Certainly.
That rick...
It's impossible.
I'd rather not build. I want to build some.
Certainly.
We'll need woodcutters.
Let's go to the site.
We're going to build here?
Indeed.
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have... We've got what we need.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
There's another unpleasant...
Nothing too terrible.
That's for you to decide, Master Bailiff. As you know, the woods and everything in them belong to our liege lord.
Yeah, let me guess. Some of our fold are putting game on their tables from our woods, and I...
Just so. A case like this ought to be judged by his lordship himself, but I fear Sir Divish might be a little...
So what are my options?
You can hand the poachers over to justice, let them off with a warning, or, of course, one can always turn... What's your decision?
We'll confiscate the poached game and put the fear of God into the culprit so they don't do it again. No point in carrying...
A wise decision, then.
I want to build...
Certainly.
Let's start repairing...
It's impossible.
I'd rather not build.
Who are you? Are you serious?
Most megkapod!
Ja. Ja.
Kit nem látok, megjött a mulatság. Just when I wanted to vent my rage on someone.
Yeah!
Itt vagyok!
Ja. Ja.
Mi volt ez a hang? Kit nem látok. Az Isten!
Ja.
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 Ha!
Ja.
Humans! Ezért megfizet. Look out! We've got humans here!
Ja.
Alarm! Sigismund's mercenaries!
Ja.
Shit! Humans! Ah! Humans!
Ja.
Bina! Oh! Humans!
Ja. Ja.
Oh!
Ja.
Yeah!
Ja.
Oh!
Ja.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
God's sake.
I'm looking for the master engraver.
He's probably in his workshop.
Take care now.
I'm honoured.
You must be that lucky fellow
Lady Luck has been good to me lately.
People say that you...
Is that not...
No, it is.
Why?
My pleasure.
I'll buy it from you.
You want to buy my...
No, I'm not. I'll buy it.
See? Good luck then.
God is upon us. Just think about it. In Nuremberg, a statue of Christ caught fire in a church. In Hungary, they saw a red...
I hope I can be a...
About those other...
Hey,
I'll get looking for them.
Excellent.
coming.
I went to look for...
Splendid. Splendid.
That will be all.
Good luck to you. Be a bit more careful.
Here.
God be with you.
Are there any problems?
Nothing I've heard about. Goodbye.
Yeah.
God be with you.
I need a helping hand.
Bailiff, eh? Well, you'll work.
Take care.
God almighty.
Is there somewhere
All right. For how long?
How about if I...
Sure.
What do you say?
Wow. You'll like it here. See you later.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer...
I consulted him, and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins, and quicksilver for the the other part?
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday.
I see. That's it.
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery.
Well, that's something to follow up as... Yeah!
God save Henry.
What do you need?
Will you teach me?
Certainly.
I'd like to hope.
First you have to...
Well. Would you teach me?
Certainly.
I'm interested in...
All right. Now, good luck.
I'm honoured. See you later.
Let's talk about the... Well... What do you say?
We're getting there. All right, so...
What can you tell me?
Depends which ones you mean. In the town, there's Mikesh. He's a decent man and an honest craftsman.
Tell me something about...
Like I said, he's an honest craftsman.
What about the monastery?
Well, him and me don't exactly see eye to eye. He wanted to buy my business, but I turned...
That'll be all. Do you make anything?
I do a bit of Damascene decor.
I'm looking for someone who could do me some copper...
Well, that's pretty rough and ready work. I wouldn't waste my time with it. But go and ask Zach from the craftsman's yard by the
Master Blacksmith?
Not now. First I've got...
Good luck, then. Yeah.
God be with you.
Do you know where I can find...
Oh, yeah. May the Lord watch over you.
What the hell was that?
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
Good God.
What can you tell me?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, and then...
Tell me more about...
Don't have much time for him myself.
How are you, Henry?
He knows his craft, no question. But he seems...
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much...
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's a...
Can you tell me something?
Well now, there's a matter to look...
If you don't mind my asking, what...
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Or rather, he used to enjoy...
What has Zach...
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out, except that Otto's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely... And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach mostly. He badmouths Otto every chance.
That will be all. I'd like to ask...
And I'd say
Let's stop talking about...
I'm looking for...
I would.
Well?
It's a load of tripe.
But if he lied about that sort of stuff, it would be a...
Don't be so... Take care.
Yeah.
God save. Take care.
Do you work any...
Why'd you up?
I'd want to commission you to make...
Then you best go elsewhere.
That's not what I...
What?
I was told in town that you bought all the...
I'm being made a fool of. Anything else?
What can you tell me?
Well, there's Mickey, and then there's...
So back to that...
What?
Aha.
Goodbye.
God, you look...
Your father says you don't...
We don't.
I've heard differently around town.
Are you calling me a liar?
Just be sure you know what you're letting yourself...
Was that a threat?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight, so I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep...
So show me what you...
May the Lord watch over
God save you, Henry.
Bollocks!
So what do you have to...
You're right.
So why all this...
Father forbade me to talk about it.
Who buys those sheep?
I don't know. I've never...
Your father has some...
Jesus.
We'll see about it.
Take care now.
Yeah. 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 Hey, Henry's come to see us. Jesus Christ be praised.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none. There's no...
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding...
The monastery overseer, or his...
So what did the overseer...
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can.
Surely...
I wish I knew.
And you think that...
Jesus, what do I...
That's all I need to know.
Ah.
Why not?
Take care.
God be with you.
Do you have any quicksilver?
Who's asking?
I'm here on behalf of the master fresco painter.
Then I don't have...
That sounds almost as if you don't want to.
It's not that I don't want to.
Can't you? In the Sasau monastery? That seems unlikely. It looks more like you're lining your own pockets to me.
It's not.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. Some night, it was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery.
And then what? Did they threaten?
Not at first. They tried to...
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they...
And you had been stealing?
You know how it is.
So they knew about it?
Yes, they knew.
How did you hand it over?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
Very well.
Farewell.
God bless you.
You look different, Mark.
So as to fit in. I don't want to...
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth the time.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapota.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
God be with you.
Jesus Christ.
The Lady of Talmberg sent me.
Through no fault of... We had a large stone ordered for mounting on the crown, a beautiful... In short, the good merchant, Martin Wiesek, who was supposed... It's like the ground.
Lady Stephanie...
Look, we've got something else here we can replace the stone with, and definitely not worthy. Oh, if I only had someone who...
Why don't you just ask me? Of course I'll try to...
That fellow, as evidently...
Or under the...
God be with you.
How goes the work, man?
Getting there.
What are you doing?
You're in an engraver.
Yeah, but...
Oh, we engrave wood and...
You've got quite a...
I'm usually here with my apprentice Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case. He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague.
Jesus Christ.
Do remain calm.
What's he like?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has...
I don't really know what you...
Recently. In any case, why the...
Something like that.
May I ask?
I have a message for it.
A message? Who would be interested in that? About your question, you'll find him at home. No.
Ah. Does Florian...
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are
A woman from the back?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently...
Do you have any idea why
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Ah! Yeah! Ah! Yeah! Yeah!
God be with you, Henry. You've no business here. Clear off.
I'm interested.
Uh-huh.
A bit of every...
But of course,
Fine.
I'm sure you'll... Good luck, then.
I hear you're at...
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther. Poor...
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of... And suddenly I hear screams, so I run out.
I'm sorry they took her, but what...
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up...
I assume that Flor...
You know village girls. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends.
Where can I find this floor?
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery.
What did the bailiff...
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't...
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us.
It sounds like you were
I loved her like my very own. She came to me.
I'd like to know more...
Take care.
How are you, Henry?
God be with you.
You look quite sprightly for an...
What?
My name's Henry, and I'm...
And what do you want from...
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money and the... Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counter...
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on...
It's got something to do with...
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. Those bastards kidnapped Esther.
I'm sorry about...
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise.
So I'm to go search...
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what computer...
Very well.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me...
I will. I swear to God all...
Where are they keeping her?
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's right.
All right.
You're my saviour.
Don't get your hopes up.
Take care.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You! What the hell are you fooling about here for?
Can I take a look?
What's got into you, boy? The ground.
I've been sent here.
That'd be the master builder. Or with our brother there.
It has to do with the stone.
Ah, then that's a matter of supply. You'll want to talk to the overs. His study is right above us, more or less. Go up the steps to the left and then head back in this direction.
Take care now.
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Divish.
And why is Sir Divish interested in that, regrettable?
He'd like to know what role the masonry had in it.
I guess it played a crucial role. But I don't intend to stand in the way of your investigation. I've already made sure the poor man...
Thank you. Who's in charge of purchasing with?
Mainly it's me. I pay the fee.
They take care of store?
Yes, but usually...
Do you remember when?
Yes. It rained a lot.
And there wasn't anything...
A little strange, I suppose.
I heard that you were late.
That's true. We ourselves... Farewell.
Can I take a look?
What's got into you, boy? Good luck to you.
God be with you.
The overseer.
Like I've got time to spare to show you.
Because of the Talmberg stone. If they really are delivering...
I'd be interested in what kind.
And have you noticed...
Of course. It's a Essentially, yes.
I'd be interested to know what the men...
Who's been stealing? Which men from the monastery go to visit women? How the work's going? Normal. And then...
You talked about the...
I did.
And who might know more?
Shouldn't you be investigating the stone? Leszek's in charge of the scaffolding, so ask him.
Who's stealing?
According to the rumors, everyone from the abbot and the custodian. And something gets lost here and there, that's true. But nobody stole any stone.
Where's the scene of...
It didn't happen on the main site. It was at the outbuilding next to the church, right under the long stairs before the entrance door. Ask my assistant who's in charge there. You'll easily... God be with you.
Jesus!
Good day to you.
I heard you found...
It's true.
And what was it?
What do you think?
Here.
But it was outside the...
Where exactly?
Nothing but scaffolding. We started...
And are you sure it...
I know what I saw. Besides.
And where is it now?
I was taking it down to the river to throw it in. Only I dropped it at the top of the slope and it rolled downhill. Farewell.
The stone fell on him here. You can still see the marks. This has to be the stone that hit him. I'll take a piece of it. Maybe someone will recognize it. It looks genuine, but I'm not capable of judging.
Can I help?
Who are you?
God save you.
I found this skull. People are saying it's the skull of a demon, but I don't know.
It certainly looks like it. The deer antlers that someone's fixed to this human skull. It's not a devil, just a bit of devilry.
I'm glad to hear it's not the real thing. Someone must have put it there deliberately, knowing that's where they were due to dig.
And they put a lot of work into it, too. The horns are held on tight, even though it was lying in water. Whoever did this was skilled bugger, and no mistake. Good luck, then.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Good health to you.
Did you see the...
I didn't see it. I was down at the bottom and I heard...
Did you notice anything...
Like what? A lot of...
Did you see the...
I didn't...
Did you notice anything?
Like what?
Farewell.
Be a bit more careful.
Did you see the...
I didn't see it.
Did you notice anything?
When they left, there was a terrible stench.
God be with you.
What? What the hell are you doing?
Have you seen Leszek?
I saw him.
I want to talk to him about that.
Really?
Why?
He asked me to meet him on the scaffolding tonight, so he can tell me something important. Said he wanted to confess.
So he did have something to do with this.
Maybe. But I'd wager someone made him do it.
It will be safer with the two of us.
Very well. We'll meet at night. If I'm not down at the bottom...
All right. Don't kill me. Who are you?
I'm just a worker here. He told me that if I take care of you, then he'll forgive my debts.
Who sent you?
It was the master builder's helper. Young Smola.
What? He was supposed to be here as well.
He isn't. He went to the mill nearby when he found out Leshek was hiding out there.
Fuck! What am I supposed to...
I was aiming to miss. On purpose. I wanted to scare you off and...
I won't do anything to you.
Thank you.
It was Moller, the master...
Him?
He sent someone to kill me, who confessed he...
That's a serious accusation. And this man...
He can. I hauled him here.
All right. I'll talk.
And that's not even the end of it. Zmoller's also set out to kill...
We have to stop that happening.
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah. What the hell are you doing? That's Leshek, isn't it?
Yes, it's him. I found him. And now I'm taking him to the Sawbones.
Surrender! You'll have to answer for your law breaking.
Blood will be spilt.
Yeah.
Good health to you.
This is the block that...
And what am I supposed to see?
Well, you've taken... It was young
What?
Zmoller's the one responsible for all the thefts and death. He tried to...
Sweet.
Dead.
So is that the end of it, Deep?
It looks that way. Leszek was helping him, but he's dead. So things should settle down from now on.
God bless. Even so.
I found the head they...
And what about it?
Someone put it there on purpose. And the...
So someone really is plotting it.
I don't know.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Good health to you, Henry.
Have you got a little time to spare?
What is it?
I'd like to challenge you to a duel, sir. A little amicable combat.
That sounds interesting.
Ah, so chivalry...
No, sir.
I see. Well, I'll tell you what. I have a fine suit of armor, a horse and a sword I won at dice. The horse and sword I can use, but the armor... I'll bet a piece of armor against a reasonable sum of...
All right.
I'm glad to hear it.
Ah! Damn! Ow! Ow! Ha! Yeah!
What's that?
Hey! Here! Kurva peaks. I'll wipe my... Bring it on. Way off. What's up? God damn! I'll slay you, you scum!
Take that.
Jesus Christ! Is that... You'll get one. Here, the reward you've earned.
How are you, Henry?
I hope I...
Can we trade?
If you've got... Good luck, then.
Be a bit more careful.
God save Henry.
What the hell are you doing?
I've got good news.
And the construction?
Will continue. The master builder's helper was to blame for everything. With him,
That's good. You've accomplished your...
Thank you, Sir Divish.
Good luck to you.
I can't go on.
What happened to you?
Terrible things, sir, terrible things. God, those devils killed my man and then had their way with me. So I beg here at the roadside. Wouldn't you have a little bit of food?
Of course.
May God reward you.
What is it this time?
We have a problem with water. That is, with the...
The stream? What seems to be the trouble?
Sir, they won't let me have a shit.
What's that?
Your locator here won't let people go for a shit.
God give me strength.
Master Locator, would,
I never forbade anyone to defecate.
You did so.
All I asked was that people did their business. After all, we don't want our waters...
What kind of
digestive disorders?
Ah, what a load of nonsense. We always poured our shit out right there on the road. They even do that in Prague, for what I've heard. What else would they do with it?
Is it true about...
Admittedly, in many cases, yes. But often there's no other option. The wealthier citizens have a latrine. The common folk do empty their chamber.
See now.
But it's also said that if the Turks ever try to attack Prague, it's the stink that will hold them.
What do you suggest?
Let the people answer the call of nature at least 100 feet down.
What?
I've decided. Defecating will only be allowed at least 100... Anyone caught infringing this decree will get...
What? That's nearly as much as for...
A strict decree, I admit. But it's...
Well, finally we have permission to go and shit again. I'll go and tell the fellows we can go to the stream.
You mean you haven't been since... No, don't say it.
So?
Let's see. You're still far from having the income... Well, the village isn't... The church is still in ruins. We're on the right track.
All right.
Who are you? Good day.
Hey Pookie, what's up? Oh, yo, Pookie, your message, bro. I seen it.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
Well now, look what's come crawling out from under some rock. Over here! Where is everyone? Quick! To arms! Get over here!
I'm gonna enjoy this. Is that all you got? Over here! Where is everyone? Quick!
You'll get what's for.
To arms!
Please.
They won't hurt you.
However did you...
Florian told me where they took...
I'm a fool. I thought he was just a dandy, God knows why. And it turns out he's a villain and...
It's not Florian's fault. He was terrified they'd do something to you.
You're right.
I'd say so.
We should probably...
I'll go with you.
Can I help? Hmm? Has something happened?
Good health.
I found that
I know.
by telling me all about the going.
They found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started to badger me about...
They?
Yes. Rapita. And a night they called...
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and...
Where will I find?
He's usually wherever I...
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on...
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, by...
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go...
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides...
I have my dad.
Why didn't you tell him?
At first, I took it for a bad joke.
I suppose I'd better go.
Good luck, and God be with you.
Save you, Henry.
What do you need? God be with you. What the hell? What is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
She only started not long ago.
Yeah.
Always in the evening.
The sun sets out across the skies.
I'm glad.
I need a...
What? Now? When I'm on the verge of forging the most powerful... See you later.
Yeah.
Fry your fish at best, fishy thighs and fishy breasts.
God's sake.
God be with you.
Yeah. Ah!
Welcome, Henry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What would you like?
I need a few necessities around the house.
Be a bit more careful.
God be with you. Good luck then. Goodbye.
I'd like to discuss the...
Well...
What do you say to...
You're right, Pin. See now, what?
God save.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we are.
What the hell?
I'm honoured that you should.
Well, Master Painter.
Enjoy it.
Yes, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, but I don't have...
Pull me an ale. I'd like something to eat.
God be with
As you wish. Oh, Lord Almighty! I'll be right back with that.
God be with you, Henry.
Coming.
I might know where the material...
Where?
Up the hill by Sam...
Shall we go right now?
No, I need to find out more. I don't... But you could keep an eye out there.
Bring me
Agreed.
something to eat.
Yeah.
May the Lord...
I'd like to know more...
Good luck, then.
Here.
My pleasure.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Wait a minute. I'll look around.
God be with you.
I'm looking for the master engraver.
He's probably in it. God be with you.
God save.
I'm glad to see.
I'm looking for the workshop.
It's in the monastery.
Good luck then.
Thief! Thief!
May the Lord watch over you.
Ah!
Hey!
Damn.
Jesus. You men still
You showed.
drink.
Thank you.
Thanks.
God be with you, Henry.
Hey, watch it.
What the hell?
Oh, look where
Kuttenberg is far, far away. Kuttenberg is far, here I'll stay. My breath is short, my feet are sore. I buy a horse, but I am poor. The sunlight burning thunder is fine, but you know, with it running mine. The sun keeps behind the cloud, his heat goes cold and his fire goes loud. He's round the Kuttenberg's neck, so down upon the deck. Try your fish to the back, take your fire.
God's blessing. Good luck then.
About the comet, but what's that about the wild hunt?
Oh, that's a dark matter. A cavalcade of ghostly riders.
Here.
God save you, good night.
I'm looking for the master in.
He's probably in. God be with you.
And abducting children. Screams of rage and despair. That screaming could
Here,
it
just as
sent
you ordered.
chills down my spine.
God be with you, Henry. You don't need ghostly riders for that.
But I went outside. They were
God
not
be with you.
13 of them. All in a language I've never heard before. They didn't sound in any way
Good health to you,
Henry, I'm glad you came.
God save Henry.
God be with you, Henry.
God be with you. Good luck then.